Today, I want to talk to you about asking for what you want. And I'm not talking about the big asks, I'm talking about small, little everyday asks in your relationship. Asking for what you want instead of pouting or stewing or fuming, but just clearly and nicely asking for what you want and seeing the magnificent results of that simple act. So here's what I mean. Sometimes in relationships, especially if we've been in our relationship for a while, we might expect our partner to just do what we want, and we might take for granted that they're going to know what that is, and that just is not the way it works, my friends. We can't take for granted that someone else knows exactly what it is that we want. However, we can ask nicely and be clear and then see how that request is received. And that is more indicative of the health of a relationship than somebody simply reading your mind. I'll give you a personal example. I was away recently for several weeks, and when I got home, of course, I was really happy to be home and see my partner and my dog, and that was wonderful. And then the second night I was home, I went to bed early, as I often do, because I love going to bed early and my partner does not. And so it's pretty normal for me to go to bed before he does. But that night, it was pretty emotional to say goodbye to my family who I had just been visiting, and the circumstances were difficult. So I was feeling a little more tender than usual, and I was lying in bed and I was starting to feel kind of lonely, and then I started to feel upset, and then I started to feel angry, like, why isn't he here? We've been apart for so long, and blah, 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 the whole spiral. And then I just stopped myself, thankfully, and realized I could do something really easy. I could get up and go to his office and ask him to come to bed. And so that's what I did. And I just said, hey, babe, I would love for you to come to bed and just cuddle with me for a little while. And he said, okay. And he did. And it was really easy. And there was no drama. And I didn't need to criticize him or be angry or go to sleep angry or any of those things. All I had to do was ask nicely for what I wanted. And I've seen over and over again in this relationship that when I make those clear asks, he is happy to oblige. And if he can't do it, he'll just say, and it's not a big deal. We make things a big deal by not being clear about what we want and not just simply asking nicely. So I want to offer that to you, something to pay attention to. If you notice you're getting upset about something, you're feeling neglected, or whatever it is, just pause and ask yourself, have I made it clear what I want? And have I asked in a nice way that creates an opening for this person to help me or to be here for me or whatever it is? And then see how they respond. And I think that most of the time they'll respond really well, and you'll both end up happy. And if the response isn't what you want, take notice of that too. How does that feel? And what does that tell you? Is it something in the way you communicated? Is it something bigger? So these are all things that are worth looking at. And the only way you can know is to try. So I present that to you as a challenge this week, to pay attention to how you're feeling and ask for what you want and see how that goes, and let me know. Let me know if this is helpful, if you like this casual outdoor hangout, and we'll do more of it. It was great to connect with you this way, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.